Our top story, a potential breakup of Google's empire. The Department of Justice is weighing potential sanctions against Google that could force a breakup and dismantle the tech giant's dominance of the online search market. This comes months after a federal judge ruled that the company violated antitrust law with its search engine, labeling Google as a monopolist. Yahoo Finance legal reporter Alexis Keenan has more on this story. Hey, Alexis.
Hi, guys. Yes. So what we got yesterday, very late into the evening, is a framework proposed by the DOJ. And what it is it's telling the judge how they're going to proceed through the next phase of this trial, which is the remedies phase, to help the judge through their arguments. The DOJ says that it wants to do a number of things, but what's really consistent throughout this document is the idea that they want to make sure that Google does not have future harm for alleged monopolistic behavior, in addition to what's already happened in the past. Now, let's go through the things that the DOJ is telling the judge they're going to be looking into over the next months here. First, they would like to limit or end the contracts that place Google in a default position on internet-connected devices, including browsers, apps, and as well as AI search tools. So you can see there they're thinking about the future and how the development of AI in search is going to impact and possibly further entrench Google into this ecosystem. Now, next, what they want to do is to give rivals access to Google's data. Google, I think, would argue that that's their intellectual property, their special algorithms that make their search engine good. But what they say is they want to give access to rivals for indexes, data, feeds, models, and AI-assisted search tools, especially on mobile. Next, they want to let websites that Google crawls for information, they want to let them opt out. And what would that do? That would stop Google from continuing to bolster its index, and it would give it less opportunity and give rivals a chance to get in there. They say that would stop Google's advantage over web content. Finally, there's that part that is not the general search market, and it's the market for search text advertising that the DOJ is talking about. They want to help rivals scale here, they say, by potentially licensing Google's advertising feed. So a lot of different proposals there. They also include going after Chrome, Google's browser, the Play Store, Android, all of these things on the table for possibly being excised from Google and having it divest those companies. Let me just read Google's response here. They posted a blog saying that the proposals are radical and sweeping. They said they risk hurting consumers, businesses, and developers. They say, we believe that today's blueprint goes well beyond the legal scope of the court's decision.
Alexis, there's a lot to unpack there, but I also want to, because you took this angle in the story that we have up on Yahoo Finance right now, and was titled that this really puts the tech world on notice. What do you think some of these other tech giants or maybe analysts or investors out there who are watching right now should be thinking about maybe how this lays the groundwork for some of that future pressure that we could see from for or against some of these other big tech companies?
Yeah, Google just had another trial wrap for advertising technology, an antitrust case in Virginia. Then you have Apple facing DOJ charges. That trial has not ramped up yet. It's going to take some time. You have Amazon facing the FTC. You have this big lens on big tech right now. But I think certainly this proposal is a step in the direction to try to finally see what's on the DOJ's mind, right? A breakup isn't something that has to be proposed as a remedy. That's just something that could be put on the table. And the DOJ absolutely putting it on the table here. So I think it is an indicator of the Justice Department, maybe under any administration, because this case was brought under the Trump's DOJ, of what they would like to do. Cast a big net, I guess, is the message here. But there will be more to come on November 20th. That's when the DOJ will make a much more detailed proposal. This one is kind of broad brush.
You mentioned the blog post that Google had published in response to this. How much defense do they have here, especially with the allegations of their monopolistic tendencies that have come forward?
Yeah, they're absolutely going to get an opportunity to put on a rigorous defense. This is a whole nother part of the trial. They are going to be able to make arguments that even the DOJ should be able to access certain information that's proprietary to Google, or they shouldn't. It's going to be a whole nother round of them being able to dig in their heels and say, this is our intellectual property. party. We either need to be compensated if it's going to be shared with rivals, or we need to block access to it, and we can expect them to fight hard in order to keep that under their own umbrella.